This just in! Breaking news! Our top story tonight, multiple US senators face allegations of insider trading. Honestly, it's refreshing to see Congress take decisive action for a change. Kelly Loeffler, the senator from Georgia, says that this is a ridiculous and baseless attack. My thoughts? I'm not buying what she's selling. Over in the world of sports, the big news is Tom Brady signing with the Buccaneers. For New England Patriots fans, this must feel a little bit deflating. Also tonight, National Gaming Store brand orders stores to stay open in defiance of executive order. This is serious. This is not a game. Stop. Rich celebrities do their part to help the crisis by singing songs on Instagram. Talk about tone deaf. And finally tonight, Playboy is closing down, probably for good. Damn. Where am I going to just read articles now? All of this and more tonight on The News. Now, before we jump into our top story today, which is, of course, allegations against United States senators for having committed insider trading where they used privileged information from a closed-door meeting to potentially save themselves millions of dollars at the expense of the average American, I'm going to talk about my hat. I want to thank all of the people that purchased one of these bad boys. Well, I guess it's two people, and I'm wearing one of them. So I'd like to thank the person that bought one of these bad boys. You know who you are. Moving on to our top story, it appears that after a closed-door meeting where it became apparent the coronavirus could certainly get bad in the U.S., several U.S. senators sold off positions in the U.S. stock market. This is a developing story, so it's subject to change. Some of these people may end up being innocent, and there may be more names on the list. But as of right now, we have 5 Republican senators in question and 1 Democrat. The senators in question are Kelly Loeffler, Richard Burr, Jim Inhofe, Ron Johnson, Sonny Perdue, and of course the Democrat as well, Dianne Feinstein. And what we thought we always wanted was bipartisanship, but there was a trade-off. The amounts of money these people sold all vary pretty wildly. We see, for example, Kelly Loeffler being worth $500 million. She's actually the wealthiest U.S. senator, and her move was just for $1 to $3 million, which honestly doesn't sound that bad. Is it really that likely that what she would do is try and make just a fraction of money off of these moves when she probably even lost money overall? Not saying that it's impossible, but it seems a little less likely. What makes the story a little bit more suspect is that she's actually in bed with the chairman of the New York Stock Exchange. Literally, they're married. But not all senators made moves that were so small in relation to their net worth. In fact, Senator Richard Burr made a $1.6 million sale, and if we look around to get an idea of what he might be worth, it's over half of it. Dianne Feinstein also sold between $1 and $5 million in stock. So we've got some big moves being made here by people that were probably in the know. But there is an important element of nuance here. Before we get our pitchforks out, let's at least consider things. First off, a lot of these senators are saying that their money was in a blind trust, or that someone makes all of their financial decisions they're not involved with in any capacity. If that is true, for example, for what Kelly Loeffler is saying, and she does not control her money in any way, and she didn't tell them about what happened in Congress, it's hard to see how this was illegal at all. You can't just punish people because they're in powerful positions if they're not using that power to seek gain. But where it starts to get dicey is what is the relationship like between Kelly Loeffler and her financial advisor? Could she have said something? Could Dianne Feinstein have done the same thing? You know, this is where it starts to get pretty into kind of a gray area. And I thought about this a lot about what I think about this personally. I think there are 2 important things to take away here. First off, I think that if you're in Congress, you probably just shouldn't be allowed to buy and sell individual stocks. And you know what? I know that sucks if you're in Congress, but you're in Congress, and we should probably hold people to higher standards. If we had a rule not allowing people to make these types of purchases or sales at all, well, then we would be protected against insider type of moves like this one. Obviously, there would be other issues, and of course, you could sell all of your stock or your ETFs or whatever, but it would at least alleviate some of the problem. And then second off, I think that this country is founded on innocent until proven guilty, so until we get some more specific evidence, then we need to just wait and see. I think if someone was trading in their own name and went home and did it after the meeting, I think that that is certainly a situation where the person is guilty. But if someone's money is being managed without any interference from the senator themselves, I really don't see how you can blame them. I have to say that it does look bad, especially when you've got Fox News anchor Tucker Carlson calling for the resignation of Richard Burr if he can't explain these transactions.
Now, maybe there's an honest explanation for what he did. If there is, he should share it with the rest of us immediately. Otherwise, he must resign from the Senate and face prosecution for insider trading. There is no greater moral crime than betraying your country in a time of crisis. And that appears to be what happened. We'll have more on the story tomorrow.
Anyway, as this story has just recently broke and there will be many developments to come, we're going to move on to our next topic. Many states are shutting down companies from doing business unless they're deemed to be essential businesses. But there's a little bit of ambiguity as to what qualifies as an essential business. For example, right here in my home state of Nevada, it's been deemed that marijuana is in fact an essential business. If marijuana is indeed an essential business, and I'm sure there are many people that would agree with that, it makes you wonder what other businesses will states decide are also essential. I imagine the list will include strip clubs in Vegas, gun stores in Texas, and nothing in Wyoming. Because there's nothing. But some businesses are opting to ignore these government warnings and continue on doing business anyway. Businesses like GameStop, who are arguing that they are indeed essential. Now, I did a little bit of research online to see if GameStop is still an essential business, and it appears that no, it is not 1995 anymore. Little Darling's strip club in Vegas is going to now have some kind of drive-through show, which I can only imagine will be very tasteful. And there are many other businesses trying to challenge this as essential as well. Another interesting thing that I'm seeing businesses do is that they're retaining their managers, who typically are on more salary positions, to work at their business because they're already paying for the labor anyway, and they're having their hourly employees not come in. Also, what's up with businesses all letting you know about COVID-19? We're seeing emails from every single company that we've ever signed up for talking to us about the effects of coronavirus. Thanks for the hand washing tips there, Spotify, but I think I'm already up to speed. Moving on, let's talk about the man, the myth, the legend, Tom Brady. Tom Brady's won more Super Bowls than anyone, and there was a lot of talk in the offseason about where would he end up playing next. Now, coming in at 42 years of age, the guy isn't young anymore, but he seems to think he's still got some years ahead of him. It will feel a little weird to see a player so iconic with a single team now play for another team that's so bad. You know what? Tom Brady's going to do great down in Florida. I mean, his friends already know all of the best spots. And finally tonight, let's talk about the internet.
Well, it's very hip to be on the internet right now.
It's our favorite place, but it's getting more crowded every day. Now that people can't leave their house, people are going online to look at things. And frankly, I need you to stop. Because apparently experts say the internet will mostly stay online during coronavirus pandemic. Experts are also saying people will mostly survive during the coronavirus pandemic. And I'm supposed to believe these things aren't related. It looks like you're likely going to be fine, but there could be outages in some areas as well as some slower download speeds in certain parts of the country and world as well. So you possibly could be impacted fairly severely. For example, if you're watching YouTube or Netflix in Europe, you're going to have a bad time. YouTube and Netflix are trying to save the internet by lowering the quality of videos in Europe to just standard definition. You know, in these troubled times, it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Regardless, it remains to be seen just how bad this internet situation is going to get. And I hope it doesn't get that bad, because if people are forced to quarantine and they don't have internet, I don't even know what's going to happen.
It's easy for us to think we can just use up all the internet we want. But if we don't treat the internet with the respect that it deserves, it could one day be gone forever.
Thanks for joining me today. Remember to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss a video. And we'll be back at 9 a.m. Pacific time on Tuesday. I'll see you then. Maybe in lower quality, but we'll still be there.